Imam Ali, in most of the world, people try to adhere to the principle of separation of church and state. What is Islam's position on separation of church and state?
I think I have to be very clear that there is no direct mentions about state in the Holy Quran. What the Holy Quran basically mentions is about the importance of moral ground for the government in their policy. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the best example for us to follow. That he was forced to go out from Mecca and later on settle in Medina, and he became the leader of the city. But there is nowhere mentioned in the history that Prophet Muhammad ever established an Islamic state. In fact, when he arrived in Medina, he established a civic state. He created what we call today Medina Charter, and it is the first ever state constitution created by human beings. And in that constitution, it preserved and granted the rights of all people regardless of religious beliefs, including Jewish community, Christian community, and even those who claim themselves to be non-believers around the city at that time. The charter is very clear that Medina is not just for the Muslims, it's not an Islamic state, it is the state where everyone enjoys full rights. So the notions about separation of church and state basically is very clear, that the role of Islam may be played as a moral ground, where the governments will refer to the teachings in taking some policy in deciding certain policy making for the public. But Islam never talk about the formal Islamic state because it is not anywhere mentioned in the Holy Quran.
In Iran, it appears that there is an Islamic state. They even insist on calling it the Islamic Republic of Iran. How does Islam justify that?
Islam basically is not concerned about the name. As we know that Israel is a Jewish state, Iran claimed to be an Islamic state. But the issue is about the content of the state itself. Islam is a universal values. We are talking about human rights, we are talking about freedom, we are talking about justice, we are talking about tolerance, respecting other religious beliefs. And if we claim that that particular state is an Islamic state, but all these universal values are absent, you don't find freedom, no justice, no tolerance, then this state must not be considered an Islamic state. Name is name, but the substance of the state itself is even more important in our understanding as Muslims. So again, Islamic state is not about the name, it's about the content. And I think what is more important within the Islamic state is respecting the human rights, equality, justice, tolerance towards other religious beliefs, and prosperity for the people. Let the people express themselves. Freedom is so essential in Islam. And I would like to end with this, that when the Muslim declare there is no God but God, it does mean that freedom is within my soul. No one is enslaving me but the one who created me. And that is the genuine freedom for the Muslims. And so when the Muslims claim to be governing an Islamic state, they must first of all give freedom to the people to express themselves. That is the idea of Islamic state basically.
If you have any questions on any of these items, please send me an email and maybe I can help.